As many of you probably know, the oil pressure switch on 0400 failed on me when I was in Lynchburg, Tennessee. I'm just going to make a quick video real quick on how to replace that, what you need to replace it. Many people who have owned these bikes for a long time have gone through this. This is the first one that's failed on me, so I'm just sharing the experience with you. I was riding to Lynchburg, Tennessee, and once I got to Lynchburg, I noticed that there was oil all over. You can see a little bit of splatter here. There was oil all over the chrome and chassis and belt and everything else. It was dripping underneath, and at first I thought it was the sprocket seal in here, but it wasn't, which is good. So we're right here where the oil filter housing is, which is located here. Here's the rear cylinder downpipe. Here's the front sprocket cover, and there's a little rubber boot that covers it here. I'm going to show you what we need to get it out of here. Here's the socket that is made for the oil pressure switch, the NAPA 3458. Here are the new oil pressure switches from ehparts.net. I ordered 4 of them, one to use now, and then one to keep in the saddlebag of each bike. And then the new socket, I'm going to keep in my toolkit that I'll exchange to each bike. So first things first, let's go ahead and remove this boot. See what we're working with here. Just pull him up out of the way, which reveals us there's a small little nut right here. From what I understand is everybody says to just keep that finger tight. There's that little guy that's covered in oil. Wipe him off real quick. I'll just set him up here. Then your wire can come off. Of course, this is all very much covered in oil. We'll just stick him up out of the way. Now when it comes to failure, you really can't see anything about this that specifically tells you that it failed other than the oil. But I tell you what, a lot of oil can come out of here. Also notice that this little stud is loose as well. Well, let's throw him away and get our new one, put it in. Here's our new switch. Everything looks okay on it. This stud does not rotate. Everything seems tight and functioning properly. So let's go ahead and see if we can hand thread it in here. Once we get our thread started, we'll get our socket on there and run it in the rest of the way. Now we can reattach our wire. Like I said, most people, from what I've seen, say that you really don't want to torque these down and that they just need to be finger tight. I am going to put just a little snugness to it. Just because these bikes do shake. And we can pull our boot back down and cover it up. I'm just going to rewrap this with some new electrical tape. Try to keep everything tight and clean in here. It looks a lot better. I may even consider putting a little zip tie on this there to keep it up out of the way, but so far I think that's good. And just make sure the boot is on there and covered it up. Well guys, that's all I've got for you today. Just a quick video, just sharing the experience where, you know, the switch failed and it dumped oil all over the place. And it kind of left me stranded because you couldn't keep oil on the bike. It's a good little switch to keep in the saddlebag. It's a good socket to keep in your toolkit. I'll spare you the bike washing process because I got to get all this oil off now. I hope you continue to tune in and we'll keep them coming.